I love when I press the unmute button and then it doesn't like actually do it for some reason. What's up, gamers? How's it going? Can't believe that season was here. That's pretty wild. Ugh. Yeah, anyways. Today we will be working on Starground. Start in just a second here. Hold on, guys. Man, so many comments, bro. Okay. My bad, guys. I'm replying to people on Instagram. Whoa! Broken hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate. Am I doing? I'm alright. Extremely tired. But, screw it. We ball. You get rid of the boss, I guess. Yeah, how are you, Mr. Wrights? How's it going? I'd like to play Star Rupture again. Let me know when you're free to play Star Rupture. Mr. Underscore YT. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna be working more on Starground today. So we're gonna make more Star Launcher buttons. Apparently they're not in my UI folder. That's cool. The Chris from Resident Evil 6 before he gets out of his funk? Dang. Nothing a little gaming can't fix. Alright, so I'm just thinking how I want to import this planet. I guess I'm gonna download it. I think I already did a lava world, didn't I? Lava world, I did. So I could duplicate it. Cause here's this guy. Yeah, I use lava world for yeah, the funny guy. You know what I'm talking about. Where's this rivers shader? Or I guess it's where the lava rivers here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna duplicate this script. We're gonna duplicate it, call it arcs button. Now the only problem when you duplicate a scene now is I don't think it when I call it planet button arcs, so let's do that. It's not going to duplicate my materials, so we had to do that. Then this extends planet button. Okay. That's not gonna change that, I don't think, right? Ow. So yeah, I was gonna go stream some MCTTA here. Let's go. Yeah, I was wondering where that's been at. Just grabbing a spoon for my ice cream. Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, what's up? Alright, so we're gonna grab all these materials and make unique. Now wait, now I should be able to modify these. Hopefully. I don't know how big I want to make the planet. probably really large, actually. It's supposed to be a big, scary planet. It's like this one's stupid. Oh, it's 96. I might go... Yeah, I might go 96. I'm not sure. Let's do 96 just to see what it looks like. Now, I don't know how I'm able to see the other... oh, did it? Okay. I had to do all these one by one. Yes. Okay. Why is 1.13 so unoptimized? Yeah, turtles and bamboo. That's so real. Oh my god, dude. Zertez with his bamboo, brother. Most wholesome man I've ever met in my life, though, so it's fine. You can't get mad at him. It's impossible. He is a menace with the bamboo, dude. But he's too wholesome. It doesn't matter. He could destroy your entire base, and you'd be disappointed, but you would never be mad at the guy, you know? Hey, Steven, welcome in. How's it going? Indo Chic, welcome in. We are currently just getting this ARCS button set up. We're gonna change how it looks and stuff. I think that's how I do the IDs. Then all that stuff should be fine. Don't set that. Region ARCS. So yeah, we need to go to our regions table now. I don't know if we did that. I know we do have ARCS. So this is gonna now be icon planet ARCS. Oh, that's the sprite. This one. And this is gonna be Ava World. Planet button ARCS. Now, in terms of position, I'm not sure yet. We will figure that out. But just for now, I'm gonna set it to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. It'll be fine. Yeah, it's the quantum planet. We're gonna make it black and stuff, but just want to make sure you can click on it, see it, and maybe even teleport to it. We'll see. Oh yeah, we also need to figure out the position because we've got. So Opus is minus 20,000. Tyrio is positive 20,000. So I think we'll set this guy to minus 40,000. Let's do that. Can't see it if you aren't looking at it, yeah. Do we have Obsidian in the game yet? We do not. No. I imagine that it'll be somewhat volcanic. Yeah, we can make this stone obsidian. Maybe it'd be like the end game, like concrete you can build is made out of obsidian. That'd be pretty fire. All right, here we are in Stargroundia. Let's place down a launcher, and I don't know if it's going to appear. It's Tephra. Is that the position of 4,000? That might have been too much. I'm not seeing it out here. Okay, let's try this again. It is loading the ARCS button. Should be. Top of world, planet button ARCS. Right? Yeah. What are these other ones? Because that's like 1600 is where Tyria is. Viridian. Where's Tifra at? Where's that Tifra guy? He's only at 2080, so I think I just way overdid it. We're only gonna set it to like 2200. Let's see if it shows up. Say, Condiment Colonel, welcome in. How's my weekend? It's going good. Yeah, yesterday, I do apologize for missing stream completely yesterday, gamers. I was very, very, very tired. But it's okay. We're live today. But yeah, it's going good. The power, our power's been a little unstable because we've had some insane windstorms again. I get so tired of the wind. But it's going good. I can't click on it. I'm probably just stupid and missing a thing, which is the usual culprit. Let's figure out why. Oh. Oh, did I copy the wrong scene? I did. But I need to put it to planet click. Oh, it is on there. Oh, the size of this is probably wrong. I don't know if that's right. That's set to full rect. Like, what do I do with this guy? Set to 96 and top left. Okay. I don't know why I wouldn't be able to click on it. Is it because of my mouse mode? What do I have over here on the mouse? Should be fine. A little bit of weird. Bit of a goofer, yeah. What's the first thing building-wise on the agenda for the planet? I think it's just going to be the buildings that enable us to gather up the materials, you know? So we'll probably be working on like the gun stuff really early on. Yeah, I still can't. Okay, I click on it. Makes me angry. I don't know why I can't click on it. I feel like I've ran into this before. Probably an obvious reason. Okay, this is in... Oh, it does have signals, whereas these other ones don't. It's probably the issue, is because it's stealing the signal for these things, maybe. Maybe. In groups on planet click. Should be fine. Is there any other things that I did with these? Like, mouse mode is set to ignore. Did I do that on here? No. That's probably the issue. Settle those to ignore and try again. Yeah, I don't know exactly the plan for the way we're going to mine the resources. I don't know if I'm going to require a new kind of mining building. It's hard to say. I might, just to make the mining process a little bit more interesting, because, you know, just popping down a collector, like when you're at this point in the game, when you're going to arcs, a collector, the cost of it is nothing. So it feels a little underwhelming, just like bop collector, and now you have Arxium, whatever it is. So I might look into yeah, I would like to do like a more interesting way of doing it. I mean, does anybody have ideas on how I would do that? There we go, arcs. So yeah, we can teleport to arcs. I mean, there's nothing there right now, but pretty cool. Shows that we're in arcs. I don't know why it shows that. on the map. That's what it looks like on Opus. A little strange. It's the way bit strange, but it's fine. Like a wave collapser miner, yeah. I think it'll still be a B drone, but I just need to, I want to like change it. Yeah, they use shockwaves. Yeah, welcome in, Abra. How's it going? Wasps, yeah. The Loraxian pipeline should be dependent on a higher tier of materials they build on each other. Yeah. Yeah, ideally I think everything on there should be done with yeah, like the material that you craft on Opus, which is a Voltrum. Maybe some kind of alloy even between Cobalt and Voltrum is like a high tier structural material or something. I want all the materials to be used from the previous zones, so yeah, I'll have to see. There's probably a lot of ideas we could do for that. All right, so let's do some colors on this guy. Fish spoiler. No, it's not a spoiler. Posted everywhere. What do you guys think about these sprites? This is a sunfish. This is for lured in. A bluefin tuna. Pretty epic. I actually do like how these turned out. This guy is pretty epic. Didn't I already do a sunfish sprite for Starground? I think I did. Yeah. I remember that guy looks stupid compared to these guys. Where is he? I have a folder for, or I guess he's technically an item. Fish. Yeah, here he is. Pretty big difference. Just because he's much larger resolution and lured in. But it's kind of funny. Yeah, the difference is pretty big. Anyways. Same vibe. Someone suggested a teleporter in Discord. Yeah. That could be interesting. Maybe like it's you can't really build whatever you call them. Space elevators there. We could come up with a reason for that. Yeah, that could be kind of fun, maybe. Let's swap our palette over to the Starground palette. I need to get some colors. I think we'll do this for the medium color. Oops. This for the bright color. Oh, that's the bright color. Then we'll do an even darker evil color. Color 3? Yeah. And just do somewhere around there. Oh, the sunfish, yeah, I appreciate it. Kind of draw sunfish in 16. Yeah, it is really difficult in Starground scale, so. Maybe a new launch system that utilizes arcs and Opus stuff due to higher gas density or denser atmosphere. Yeah, I do think arcs is going to have a pretty dense atmosphere. Yeah, I want there to be kind of a logistical constraint because I like that with Factorio and Aquilo, right? One of the interesting things about Aquilo is like there's not any of the basic materials on Aquilo. You can't just like mine iron and stuff, right? Say, Nourish, thank you so much for the raid. Nourish, hopefully I said that right. Welcome in. How's it going? What were you up to today on your stream? Yeah, welcome in. Just working on Starground today, adding in a new planet. Yeah, I was just wanted to bring up Aquilo because it's an interesting planet because there's things that you can't take off planet. Like some of the gases. I think Aquila is kind of our equivalent to Arcs and Starground. But there's like all the gases on here, there's no way to barrel them and send them off of the planet. So I kind of just like that fact because it requires you to craft all this stuff directly on this planet. And I kind of want to do that with Arcs, like anything that requires the quantum materials. I don't want people to be able to just do the classic mining outpost thing where they just load all their stuff into the space elevator. I want it to be where like you actually have to craft the thing on the planet. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the play. I might also kind of do that, honestly, go back through all the other planets and make that change. Like maybe make it so you can only craft cobalt ingots on Tyria, and make it so you can only craft Voltrum on Opus, just so that they all have like, there's a reason to actually build a real base there instead of just, you know, mining outposting it. So doing something unusual, speedrunning a game. Okay. Doing routing today, as well as doing a first test run of the route. Okay, that's awesome. I've always liked speedrun stuff. Yeah, I wish I was like better at gaming. I would actually do speedruns, but it's really cool to watch people go through that stuff though. Like just the whole process of like, yeah, like doing the routing stuff. That's really cool. You know, like exploiting things is always, it's like very interesting to see how people do it. Yeah, that's cool stuff. I'm just messing around with these. Oh, I don't want to mess with that. Keep those. Maybe don't do that. Size. Okay. Then there's the seed. Yeah, I think we'll do a different seed here. I don't know how I feel about that one. It's more blobby than it is rivery. I feel like these rivers are changing their shape. Oh well, it's probably fine. Yeah, something like that would be good. Then we got 3 colors to mess with. Let's see. Chips Games Automation is a rebel game. Yes, that's true. I always been a fan of it, never tried myself. Okay, cool. It's the first time, yeah. That's awesome. Jumped on the occasion. I was invited by another streamer. Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I'd love to try my hand at it someday, maybe. I think the thing is, though, is that I just don't really... That's not the way I play games, you know? Like, whenever I play anything, I'm in it for the long haul, so... But, maybe one day. I would, like, speedrun Factorio, but I hate speedrunning Factorio. I've tried getting those, like, achievements before, and it's just a bad time. I don't like doing it. So, I don't know. Do I go by Chip or Jesse? Either works. Some people call me Chip. My real name is Jesse. It's completely up to you. The light origin, rotation. All right, we should be good there. I don't know what color I'm gonna make the craters. I'd almost want these to look maybe like little mountain peaks. So I wonder if we inverted the colors, maybe it would kind of give that effect. Or if we did like a bright color, and then this color is the dark color. And then if we gave this some time. Kind of, but it doesn't really give that effect. Okay. I don't know if we really need the craters layer. I might just hide it. Just leave us with this. I think we're probably good here. All right, let's go look at it now. Oh, Trip, because your gaming channel? Yeah. Hey, raiding running. Oh, no worries at all. Yeah. I appreciate the raid. Thank you very much for coming in. Yeah, get some Z's. I wish I could sleep right now. Let's be trying to do that as soon as I can today. Yeah, thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate it. Gloomy planet. Yeah, it's evil and dark. Yeah, that works. It does break our palette. Because the darkest color is darker than the dark color. But it's fine. Doesn't really matter. Cancel stream. No. We're not going to cancel stream. I already missed last stream completely, so I feel bad about that. It'll be fine. Caligo works. Now, I might someday maybe add more layers onto arcs. You know, something that we have the potential to do is like mix and match layers from these different planets, you know? Because there's no rules. Like I could take the cloud layer on Viridian and map it onto arcs if I want, you know? And stuff like that. So it's definitely like a possibility. Wouldn't be completely opposed. And we could even make our own custom layers eventually. I'd like to. Just have to see. All right, so we can travel to arcs. Let's get some more arc settings enabled. Let's go into regions table. It's probably going to be the final automation planet, at least for 1.0. But I do want to, you know, keep things open. I mean, I can't say 100% for sure if it's the final automation planet or not. I just don't know. I mean, probably, but I'm not sure yet. I could see potentially adding in more planets and later on or something if I wanted to do a post-release update. But it would probably be very extra. It'd probably be in a different solar system. I think for this solar system, it's probably the final planet. It would be cool to have planets orbiting around a black hole in a different solar system. So maybe. I'll feel this game for sure. Well, thank you very much. But we'll definitely add in another dungeon planet as well, I think. So it'll be fine. Void. It's not a void. Is there editable terrain here? I don't think so. I might make it one day so you can break the mountains, but I think that kind of defeats the whole purpose, though, of arcs. It's supposed to be annoying. Not necessarily annoying, but just to break up the usual layouts of everything, you know? I don't want people to just, you know, be like, oh, okay, build factory again. I want it to actually be kind of interesting to build a factory here. Solar, wind. All right, should be good. And then, yeah, there's 0 wind and solar, so you do have to figure out a different way to power everything. And there's going to be plenty of ways to do that. I'm going to kind of get it set up where the power needs are probably so high that it's unrealistic to use burners because they just don't make enough power. So we're probably going to add in like a fusion reactor. That's pretty dense. Will the boss on Dungeon Planet be a part of the story? Yeah, it could be something like the legs of the Ender Dragon. Yeah. I definitely want to kind of connect everything together a little bit for 1.0. It's something we'll probably do eventually. I don't know if we're definitely not going to do any like big crazy story stuff. I just don't think Starground's the right game for that. We've tried to explore story stuff in the past, but it's really hard just because of the nature of the game. It's multiplayer, so that immediately presents an issue. And it's so open-ended. Like, it's not a linear game because you could go to one planet first and then the other. I mean, it's somewhat linear, but like it's so hard to make a coherent storyline work in Starground. So yeah, we'll probably do like kind of a if we do a story, it's going to be a pretty light story. Probably more of an implied story rather than like super explicit. But yeah. Yeah, geothermal, that could be pretty neat. What's the deal with arcs? What's the vibe check? It's evil. I think it's going to feel very similar to the planet in Alien 2. LV426, this place. It's very dark and evil. Very metallic. Like all the rocks are going to be black. Well, yeah, we'll probably do obsidian then, I guess, for the rocks. But I've always liked the vibe of this planet, and to me it just makes a lot of sense to do something like this as a final planet. So that's what I would say the vibe is. And there's gonna be aliens here, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the aliens are gonna look like yet. I'm not really sure. But they are gonna be very mobile, you know. They're gonna be running around and stuff, so I'll have to contact my concept artist. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So let's draw helium really quick, I suppose. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of a tower defense kind of thing. To do anything on arcs, you're gonna have to defend your factory. So for all the people that wanted aliens, I'm doing it. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. And also it's kind of nice because then it gives us a planet that sort of like has a lot of technology we could branch off into dungeoning stuff. Because I imagine, you know, it being the final automation planet, it's kind of finally the point where like, okay, if you make it to arcs, then it's fine to make the dungeoning stuff easier, you know? It's always really a very tricky relationship between the two, because I don't want to just make every single place have a super good weapon part that trivializes dungeoning, because then what's the point of going through the dungeons and finding all the dungeon stuff, right? So it's complicated. But I think like that it's going to be kind of one of those things where going to the final dungeon or the final automation planet is going to be like a, you know, you did it, I'll make the other side of the game easier for you now, kind of thing. So imagine the final place in the dungeon area is going to have a lot of things for automation to make it easier. Blue Factoria, yeah, it'll probably be along those lines. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it'll be neat. All right. Let's see. So we have all these other gases in here. Where are they? Like hydrogen gas? It is. Yeah, all the gases are contained in like a vial like this. So I guess we'll do that. I don't know what color helium is. I mean, I know it's, you know, transparent. But like when you heat it up, I guess it becomes a sort of a red, slightly red, purpley glow. Reddish orange. A gray, cloudy glow. Well, it doesn't really matter what color it is because it doesn't mean anything. I just wanted to be different from all the other ones. So let's go check. Because we've got oxygen, which is just white. So we're going to make it different from those ones. And I think we'll do Like a different rotation of the sprite. Just to make it interesting. Let's create a new image. Oops. Oh, these are 14 by 14. Yeah, I might do like a horizontal like this. Okay. Crop it. All right, so now let's figure out what color we want it to be. I might kind of redraw this sprite a little bit. It's like a tiny bit messy, I think. Especially down here, like it needs more of a... I might actually on this one, let's see, do like this. Because you're seeing it from more of a side view. Yeah. Let's get rid of these guys for a second. All right, so what color? I think we'll probably do like red would make sense. So I might do like a red canister possibly. Man, I forget how saturated our Starground red is. It's pretty insane. I'm getting really used to like the lured in colors. And then maybe we do like a pinkish purple color in here for the actual gas. Here we go. Yeah. Something like that. And we'll try and make like a little lid thing over here. Well, you wouldn't really see it from this perspective though, right? That's the thing. I feel like this is fine. And like a highlight in the center. Maybe not quite that bright. We don't really need anti-aliasing there. I think that'll be fine. All right. I think it's good enough for now. I'll do this though over here. Might just do that. All right, we can change it later if we want. Helium. I just want to be visually distinct from the others. I mean, that's basically it. And that's also why I do a different rotation on all these, because it just changes it a little bit more. Because even if you're colorblind, it doesn't matter because it's a different orientation. You can remember what it's supposed to look like. All right, let's go copy our hydrogen. Starground helium. All right. Where did I just save that sprite to? Might have saved it inside alert in by accident. Nope, I saved it to desktop. Ooh. Items, helium, and there's so many sprites in Starground. It's crazy. Okay. Okay. So now, inside of our regions table, we should be good to go because I can set this to helium. We got the description for arcs. And yeah. There's still a lot more we have to do. Obviously, we have to make it where the terrain actually generates. That's kind of one of the big things that we got to work on. So let's go into level. We've got all these other tile sets here. I'm just gonna duplicate our tile set of Viridian. Call this tiles arcs. Now we're good there. We'll have to change all this stuff, you know, obviously. Like this stuff. I don't know what position these are at. Looks like they stay at 0. Which is interesting. But I see them down here. This is the spawn pad though. But yeah, I think I changed recently how they generate. Because I think I like... How did I do that? Did I just physically choose the... Yeah, because I think I was getting issues where it was misaligning, possibly? Can't remember. Let's look at like how we generate this stuff. Well, now it's a lot different because we just say generate map. So eventually we'll get to a spot, I think, where we can finally generate stuff without hard coding any region IDs. I think with this planet we'll kind of finally be there. It's doing the solid stuff. So let's go ahead and just do this on like Viridian right here. There's no water, but I guess technically the water on this planet's going to be the mountains. But I don't really want that setting to be changed like that. So we're gonna just have a separate thing here. Okay, so we can just do the same thing in here. Well, if region ID is equal to region arcs, then we can do our own stuff in here. Interesting. So apparently I tie in the number of decorations on Tyria into the water level that you set in the options, which a little bit odd, possibly. Are you animating tiles? Oh, down here. Yeah. They use a shader. It's just like a wind shader. That's why they're moving around. Yeah, it's kind of neat. Godot shows like the shader is active inside of the tile set editor, which is cool because you get to see like, you know, the tiles actually doing stuff. Yeah, you can set, it's very useful. I've done this for a lot of tiles in Starground. But yeah, you can just select on this and then go into tile set. And then inside of here, there's this material field. Somewhere in here. Oh, you go to select and then right here rendering, there's a material. So you can set a shader on this. So this is just a wind sway shader. Yeah, I do that like for all the tiles and Caligo and stuff, but it's really nice because it keeps it procedural, right? So if we go inside the Caligo tile set, you can see these carpet tiles are actually a custom shader. I don't actually draw out the carpet manually. So it just makes doing stuff like that really easy. Same with like these tiles. It looks a little quirky in here because it like doesn't use like the world coordinates or whatever. It's a little funny, but in game it looks totally normal. Yeah, it's just an easy way to do it, I think. Yeah, it doesn't look so high res like this in game either. It'll like get pixelized because it uses world coordinates. So I think it's always a good way to do it. All right, so I'm not gonna worry about that or that. I'm gonna kind of copy this code here for Viridian. Yeah, I don't really want it tied to water level, so I'm just gonna say value is greater than 0.5. And we'll kind of just define that. I might have a separate option potentially for choosing the frequency of mountains in arcs. I don't really want people to do that, but just in case. All right. So be good. Man, and then also something I want to do is have the seed offset value, right? So we want to go back down to arcs and set the seed offset to 2, I believe. They don't have a seed on Opus because there is none. But this has a terrain generation, so I don't want it to look the exact same as Viridian. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh. He's irritated. Okay, so when we load in here, ideally what we'll see is just a bunch of grass tiles over in arcs, I think is what's gonna happen here, but I don't know. So you can see it did generate something here, but it's not here. So I gotta figure out why. And I think it might be because it just didn't set, I didn't set like the terrain stuff properly in the regions table. Probably. Yeah, I set it to tiles opus. We need to say tiles arcs. See, I think I accidentally generated terrain on opus. Oh. I don't think it'd be a problem because it didn't actually save it as a modified tile. There we go. So yeah, now it's generating tiles over here. I do want it to be a little bit more noisy. So I'm probably gonna have a different, a whole different noise map specifically just for generating in the terrain on arcs. Because I don't want it to be the same as the terrain on Viridian. It's just a different, like, terrain. They'll still have a lot of the same things, like obviously the same seed and world size and stuff, but I'll change the generation settings to be unique. Put guys down here now. And yeah, these like blocks in between is not going to be water. We're going to try and render them in as like mountains. So icons on the right new? Yeah, I added these pretty recently in like 1.15.1 or whatever. Just so you can see the different binds to open the menus. I think it's kind of helpful. But especially for controller. That's kind of the big thing, I think. Because it's hard to remember those on controller. But yeah. I think they're helpful though. I think I have an option to disable them. Yeah, menu icons. So if you don't like them, you don't have to have them there. All right, so it looks like a face, like eyes and nose and mouth. Pretty epic. I'm not gonna worry so much about the exact specific like generation stuff right now. I do want to add in that alternative kind of whatever you call it way that this stuff generates, but it might be a little tricky because I actually need to be careful. Like I don't want these sections to be separated from each other, right? Because that would be bad. I'll have to see. I have to think about how to fix that actually. Because I don't want isolated regions. Maybe like there's like a equipment or something that you can get, or like you can craft a jetpack so that you can fly over these impassable walls, you know? We'll have to see. Heard of the game Lucid Blocks? Yeah, I've been waiting for Lucid Blocks forever. It's cool that it's out now. Yeah, it seems pretty interesting. It definitely, like, I don't know how fun the actual gameplay is, but it definitely just looks like an interesting experience though, right? Reminds me almost of like that one April Fool's update that Mojang did, where there's like the infinite update or whatever, where it added in all the infinite planets. Just like really weird generation and like blocks and stuff. Yeah, very Fever Dreamish. But it seems neat. I'll probably grab it soon. Yeah, I'm excited to try it out just to see what's up. I have no idea how the freaking crafting stuff works. I have no idea. I've watched somebody play the game with the crafting and it's like, it just doesn't make any sense. Trailer's cool. I actually haven't even watched the trailer. Music. Yeah, those funny screamer guys. Yeah, there's like all those dials and stuff on the left. It's like, what even is that? This game is actually made in Godot, which is pretty epic. They did use some custom stuff. I think they're using C++ for a lot of the generation code. But another epic Godot game. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff in this game though that I've seen. I do want to try it out. Yeah, like this. Oh yeah, this is like the death screen or whatever, I think. Yeah. By Lucy B. Locks. But yeah. I'll probably play it soon. Yeah, I don't know, like, I feel like it would be hard to like build stuff in this game just because it's so like, I don't know. It seems like it would be really hard to actually get blocks and materials, but I just don't know. I haven't really played it. Yeah, it's $10. I'll probably buy it soon. Proton. Yeah, pretty cool game. Oh yeah, another thing also about arcs is I want it to be eternally nighttime. So that's a thing. I think I do that inside of World? And then I forget how I actually do it. I thought it's in here. It's got the stuff, I thought. Maybe I do it inside of here. Or maybe I just do it in main menu. Imagine multiplayer, yeah. That would be pretty fun. I definitely could see the reason why they wouldn't want to do multiplayer because, oh my god. Trying to do multiplayer with a block game like that would be so hard. Just because there's an enormous amount of information that needs to be synchronized, you know? That would be really hard. But it's definitely neat. A neat idea, a neat concept. But I don't think it's feasible. It would be really fun multiplayer though, because I feel like what's great about this game with multiplayer is like, it's so weird and exotic. So having like a friend explore that with you is kind of like a way to like ground yourself a little bit. But, you know, for reasons I've mentioned, I would not blame them whatsoever. Okay, so right here, I say we're in a dungeon. Also, we do this stuff here. Current level is greater than 0. Do I not do any checks for the current day or whatever? Let's just say if global.current region ID is equal to region arcs. Then we set lighting color to black. Might actually be really cool to be on a planet that's just pure black. Let's see what it's like. Why is embedding disabled? Think it's moddable though? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, practically any Godot game can be modded, so it just depends, I guess, on how much custom code and stuff they're doing. Because I know they're using a lot of C++, so I don't know if that would present a big modding challenge. It might, but yeah, it could be really cool though for modding. Let's go to arcs, and then we're gonna set the time to day. Whoa, it's pretty dark here, huh? I don't know if I'll do 100% darkness, but so now if I say like time set 300 or whatever, like one of these / time 300. So yeah, it's daytime everywhere else, but on arcs it is not daytime. So yeah, this should work. But if I go like over to Tyria or something, we should see that's fine. Yeah. So welcome in, Yelp review. How's it going? Yeah, new planet. Very early state, but it's getting there. I might do like 0.2 maybe on this. Let's try this out. I want it to be almost completely black, but not like so dark that you literally can't see anything, because that would be really annoying. That's a little too bright. Maybe we go 0.1. It'll look better once there's actually like texture and all the terrain and stuff, but yeah. Because I want the aliens to sneak up on you. Yeah, this feels about right, I think. So I want there to be a strong need to actually like light up your place in here. So yeah, we'll probably be putting down a lot of lamps and stuff. Now let's get a... Yeah, see, power generation here isn't super easy because you can't just pop down a solar or a turbine, right? Because the multiplier is 0. So you've got to do like a burner. But that's going to be pretty terrible for power supply. So... Oh yeah, I need to make it so lamps work 24/7 here. Let's do that really quick. I don't think I get the region ID, so I'm gonna have to do that. All super, and then... Yeah, do I get a region ID? Let's check. Because I thought I said like get region at position. I do. Okay. Could you please show your remote? Like the... Yeah, I can do that in 1 second. It's really laggy in Starground, so be warned. But they have made it better in Godot recently. Here, let me I just want to do this one little thing in here, and then we'll do that. So var region ID is gonna be a string. Get region ID at position. And then all we're gonna do down here is just say, somewhere I check right here, this or region ID is equal to Starground region arcs. So the lamp should now no longer care whether it's day or night when they're on arcs. And I'm going to change all this stuff so it's just a variable anybody can set for mods. But yeah, remote. We'll try and load it. It's probably going to be extremely slow. But I've got a couple globals. I don't actually use Signal Bus, but it's there. Mod API, global has a lot of things, like a lot of some UI elements and things like that. Then everything inherits from the multiplayer node. It's got our lighting, all of our UIs. And then as a child of our multiplayer node, we've got the world, which is a node 2D. The world has the level node, and this has like all the visuals, you know, the backgrounds and these little pads and stuff. And any object that's in the world gets spawned in as a child of the world node. So like all these resource deposits, all the fish, the player, all of this stuff is all child of the world node. And I have to do that for multiplayer. Let's set a time. So now if we go to arcs. Yeah, so even during the day, these lamps are lit up and consuming energy. That's good. So yeah, a couple other things we can do on here. Let's also go into our power network and enable lightning, because that's a thing here. Yeah, it's going to be quite kind of annoying to build here, but that's the whole point, really. So now we say if region is opus or region ID is equal to Starground region arcs. Okay. Now we wait for the game to load. We should see lightning happening on arcs now. I guess one of the next things we can do for arcs is like the visual effects of everything. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Oh my god, what am I doing? I'm a fool. Alright. Here we are. Yeah, we need to put a spawn platform there. So we should see lightning happen here eventually. This is very uncommon, but if we like add in a bunch of coils. Oh, I made a perfect pattern here. You guys see that? Oh, it's not perfect because this guy here. Almost perfect. We should see lightning happen eventually. Maybe I just need... I actually don't know if lightning happens on Tesla coils anymore. I can't remember. But if we add in some crafters, we should definitely see it happen. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so lightning here is working. And it'll freeze the whole power network. You kind of do actually really want to be careful about that. Because on Opus, this is an inconvenience, but here... it is a major inconvenience. So more hydrogen than that. Yeah, you definitely don't want that to happen here. I might make it a little less stormy than Opus, but we'll see. I'll probably have a new thing that's like a storm factor or something, right? Inside of the regions settings, just so that you can choose like how strong the lightning storm should actually like affect things, or how often, you know, lightning actually strikes. So we'll definitely be doing that. All right, let's see what else here. Yeah, definitely the ambience is really going to bring everything together. So we can start kind of working on that. I wonder what sound we want to use. I always like using planet sounds. Like that's what I actually use for the ambience on Opus. I use the sound of Jupiter. And I think it worked pretty well. If we go here, you can listen to it. This is what it sounds like here. It's hard to hear with the music, but right, this is the Opus ambience here. So I like that vibe. We could use Venus, perhaps. Yeah, there's all these like different recordings of Earth, the sounds, right? We can go through them, figure out what sounds cool. The sun sounds like a microwave. Mercury. Mercury's pretty crazy. Venus. Earth. Mars. I do kind of like the Mars ambience. Jupiter. Saturn. Saturn's screaming. Download Lucid Blocks or these settings. Yeah, the settings are weird. I don't. It's really hard to understand the game. But I think that's kind of the charm. Yeah, I have no idea what they mean. It's Saturn. Uranus. Just wind. Neptune. More wind. And Pluto is weird. It's got like little chimes in the background. What are these AI? What happens if a human falls into Jupiter? Unimaginable. And his arms are like all long. What if Earth entered Jupiter's atmosphere? Okay. I don't know what would work here. I do kind of like the vibe of Mercury a little bit. But it's a little harsh. Venus is neat. There's a very particular vibe. Earth is too... It sounds low quality. Honestly, Mars is probably the one I want. Just scary and ambient. And I could layer these up, right? Like maybe I do Mars and also like possibly fade in another sound, right? Like maybe I fade Mercury on top of Mars. And they have like the full length ones here. Now it's gonna be like all these ones. Wonder where I can download these. Does this actually have sounds of these and stuff? Whoa. Okay. Yeah, they're just conversions of the electromagnetic waves. Yeah, that would probably be how it sounds. Deimos? They're pretty creepy sounds. Saturn's rings. Saturn itself. Triton. But the problem is that these sounds are all really short. I need something that's going to be at least like a couple minutes. I don't know if I can find them anywhere on YouTube. Actually, isn't there didn't I get this from SoundCloud or something before when I did the one for Opus? Not. Sounds from Beyond. This is just all the Perseverance sounds, isn't it? Sorry if any of these sounds are too loud. Let me know. There's a bunch of sounds on here. A Marsquake. Dinks and doinks. And there's actually real recordings of like on the surface. That one sounds stupid. Can't even play that one. That one like hurts my head. It's like super low frequency. Same with that one. Same with that one. That one sounds like I'm underwater. Another rumble. It's cool and all, but pretty terrible audio. More rumble. Okay, all those suck. What is the media usage guidelines? Yeah, not promotional in nature, so we're good. I've already read through this before, so I am allowed. They have stuff for NFTs and AI and stuff now. I am allowed to use them, I believe. Yo, the Mars ones suck. Oh, there's like this one. Whoa. Okay. I don't know. Where do they have them? It was like on Spotify or something. Was it this one? Yeah. Yeah, these are them. So I think I can download these. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I did see them on SoundCloud, I'm pretty sure. I guess they're called Symphonies of the Planets. SoundCloud. There was one by NASA, though. Like, I think if we just look up NASA. Yeah. I know that they had... Is there like an album of all the planet sounds? Playlists. Yeah, Artemis sample. Blah, blah. Black hole sounds. Oh, yeah. Sonification. Whoa. Sonification's not real, though. Dust storm. Sinister sounds. Hey, Captain Krabs, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How's it going? Black holes make banger music, apparently. Yeah. What are we up to today on your stream? Yeah, we're currently just doing a little bit of audio stuff. We're working on a new planet for Starground, so I'm kind of looking for... I know there's like some... NASA released some... It's not real recordings, but quote-unquote planet audio recordings somewhere. I'm trying to find where they are. I don't know. But there's these here, and these are what I want. So... They're just pretty neat sounds. Like IO. I think we could use these for the ambience on Arcs, which is the new planet. Lots of bug fixes and features. Nice, nice, yeah. Yeah, Saturn is funny. Because it like screams. I don't see Mars on here though. This is by Timothy Drake. Does he have other songs? Okay, no. There is more though. NASA Sounds. I don't know why I can't play. Content is not available. Okay. Are these the same things? Yeah. Well, that's a little annoying. Maybe one of these has what I want. I mean, there's the one of Earth. Most of it isn't too bad. I don't know. I might look around later. I don't want to just be doing a full audio stream all day. But I don't know. This game is weird. Yeah, it does seem quite odd. Yeah, it's one of those games where I don't know if I'm actually gonna enjoy it. Like, I think it looks like to me, like, it's fun just to explore, but I don't think it has a whole lot of staying power. It's not something like Minecraft where I feel like I could sink like 1,000 hours into it, at least just from the screenshots. I mean, I might be completely wrong, but I watched some gameplay and stuff, and like, interesting conceptually, but I don't know. It's a fever dream. I feel like I'd start to go a little crazy playing it for too long. Yeah, I mean, the crafting looks like it could be kind of interesting. I know there is progression, like you can craft like weapons and stuff like that. I just don't even know how you would. But yeah. I don't know. I'll probably try it out though. I have been waiting forever for it, so. Yeah, this game, then there's also the other one. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's the one with the bears, you know what I'm talking about? Bear game. Voima. Yeah. They've got a very similar vibe, I think. Kind of surreal blockscape. But Voima looks a little more like grounded, like real. So I think Voima will be pretty fun. I think eventually there's supposed to be a survival mode in Voima, but I'm not sure. And Voima's got a multiplayer, which will be cool. I gotta lurk and feed the kiddos, be back in a bit. Sounds good. Yeah, no worries at all. I'm excited for this one too. There was a demo. I did try out the demo, and it's pretty fun. There's not really a whole lot of substance to the game right now. It's pretty bare bones, but I can see that there's a foundation for a pretty interesting survival game. So yeah, defend your creations from monsters. I believe that there is eventually going to be a survival mode, if I remember correctly, but I don't actually know. So we'll see. Well, multiplayer, pretty cool. Yeah, the demo is just the full version of the game, so apparently there was recently a major multiplayer update. Yeah, I had to put in like a password for right now. Just a whole bunch of things. To me, Lucent Blocks and Voima seem more sandbox focused. Oh yeah, I definitely think so. No, they're definitely not aiming for that, which is fine. It's just, that's just what they are. But yeah, it doesn't mean that they're bad for it. I just think, to me personally, I don't think it's like something I'm gonna play more than once. But it's cool. That's fine. It's not a bad thing, right? Yeah, I'm stumping on. I want to get the Mars sound, but I will have to find it. I must. I need to. Do I have to go to youtube.com right now? And there's a 12-hour video, but that's this one. This will work. I'll just download them. So that one, and then I want the Mercury sounds. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of layer Mercury in. I mean, obviously it gets pretty intense sometimes in Mercury. Like that stuff. So... But it's pretty neat. This is just like the shortened version. I know I know the real recording is longer than 1 minute, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Maybe it is just 1 minute. It's fine. It'll be okay. Anima Fishy was holding his melon slices. Yeah, that's one thing that seems a little confusing about the game, is that sometimes the item you're holding is not accurately represented. Like some items just have like a generic sprite, but sometimes like with that, it's like just completely different from what you're actually holding, which might be a little weird. Yeah, I'll definitely grab it and try it out. I think it's better to play through games like that, not as like expecting a survival experience like Minecraft, but more of like an exploration game, you know, however you would describe it. A journey, perhaps. Okay. One more. Like the hit indie game Journey? What? Journey. I've never played Journey, but it seems cool. Looks like you walk around and stuff. No, I know you do more than that, but what have they been up to, that game company? This game? Sky. I think I've seen this. Pretty cool. Then their first game was Flower. Journey's... I always feel like Journey's older. I never think that Journey's from 2020, you know? I don't know. It feels like it's been around for longer than that. It's just like a 1 to 2 hour little thing. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, it'd be fun to try Journey sometime. Would like to try those kinds of games out eventually. Okay, time to open up my good pal. I want to use Audacity for this. It's really hard to crossfade in Audacity, unfortunately. I think we're going to use DaVinci. I do like a new Audacity, but it's still kind of missing some features that should really exist. So... All right, time to edit audio. I wish I had that camera. That'd be cool. It's a pretty nice camera. Blackmagic makes some pretty good cameras, guys. There's like that one small like 4K camera. It's actually not even really that expensive when you think about it. Obviously, these ones are wildly expensive just because it comes with so many little gizmos. But the 4K Cine camera or whatever, this one, or that's the 6K one, but this one is like not terrible. It's like $1,000, but you know, really solid 4K camera. I mean, when it comes to cinematography, really, it all comes down to the attachments, and lens is the big thing. The body of the camera isn't actually that important. But it's got really good dynamic range and stuff. Would be a nice camera to buy one day. Say, Versone, welcome in. How's it going? We are just about to make some background ambience for a new planet inside of Starground. Just dropping in the sounds here. Yeah, the Mercury sound can't really like fit the whole thing. I'm gonna run through it though and see if there's like any sections that are wacky. Thank you for the speen. I need the mixer up. I'm gonna turn down all the audio. Is there not a master mixer thing? Ah, come on. Is it just bus one? Set that to 0. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, like that section, I think we're gonna get rid of. Here, let's mute Mars for a minute. Yeah, I don't mind any of that stuff. And this is gonna kind of fade in and out, probably. So we'll just cut it in 2. And we'll just have these sort of fade in and out. And this is gonna be layered on top of the Mars sound. Sounds like a JPEG Mafia intro. Yeah. It does. Sounds Friday up. Yeah. We'll see if it works out with the Mercury sounds. I'm not 100% confident yet, but Mars will be fine. Yeah, the Mars sound is like pretty normal. There's a couple moments where it gets like a little louder, but it's like, for the most part, pretty just consistent. The Mercury one is basically just for some flavor, you know. Let's loop it. See, we have that nasty cut right there, so we're gonna take this chunk over here. I think what we're gonna do is, yeah, crossfade it over here. Go get a... Here, can I actually, like... I need to make sure I can mark in at that spot. Yeah, see, this is a problem. We're gonna mark in right there. So now we're gonna do a audio. Where is it? Where's my transitions? Audio transitions. Crossfade. Like that. Now. Okay, I need to get rid of that little, you know, silent bit. That's tricky because I gotta make sure I'm hitting like that. Okay. Yeah, so now it just sounds like nothing, like there's no loop. Okay. So we should be good there. All we're gonna do then is just start it there, end it right there, and of course it did that. I guess we'll end it right there. Now we should have a looping audio track. Let's listen to it. Make sure it sounds fine. I do like the sounds of Mars. The Mercury ones are too loud. The Mercury ones do get a little clippy, don't they? I think that's Mercury. Yeah. We might have to cut the Mercury sounds. I think they're just too low quality. You're gonna hear it clipping in the background. It's gonna sound weird, I think. But the Mars ones sound really good, so we'll just do these. It'll be fine. Everything will be okay. So we're gonna export this as arcs, ambience, audio, no video. I really wish I could do it as an OGG, but it's fine. It'll be okay. We're going to convert it into an OGG. This is too long. Just render queue. WAV to OGG. My good pal Convertio. Grab our arcs ambience. We will do high quality. Then we're good to go. Let's go add it into the game. Yeah, this will really add a lot of ambience to this place. So we have like all these other places. Should be ambience here. Ooh. Do I not? Don't tell me that I'm doing it the hard way. Oh, right, I have it like different where it's inside of here. Audacity can do after OGG, that is true, yeah. Then if we go to ambience. Here we go. So Starground region arcs. Let's go add it in. Put it into, I guess it's a sound effect. All right. And here we go. Arcs, ambience. You guys ready for this? It's gonna sound epic. I hope. We'll see. We'll listen to it without the music first. I think I might also want to make a change to the way that the ambience plays in Starground. Because one thing right now is how it works is it'll just always start from the beginning of the audio clip. But I think it makes it a little repetitive. So I might actually change it so when it plays the ambience, it plays it at a random position in the ambience. So let's go to arcs. Should hear it. Yeah, you can hear it in the background. It's pretty quiet. I don't have control over the volume of it, do I? I may normalize the audio in here and export again. I think it's pretty much already normalized, but I don't know. I guess not. Let's go export again. It does mean we have to do the whole conversion process all over. I imagine also eventually the music will probably kind of add to the ambience. I don't know exactly the direction of the music yet, but kind of like some of the music on Tephra. It's very atmospheric. It's probably going to do the play here. I don't think it makes sense to have a fun little happy track here. It's supposed to be scary and evil. Let's delete this old one. And also, part of the ambience here is going to be the sounds of your guns killing aliens, so it's fine. I don't know if this actually replaced. It's hard to tell if it's doing anything. Here, I'm just going to delete it and replace it. Okay. Also, before I forget, let's enable looping on that sound. We should be good to go now. Oh, I do have support for volume. I didn't realize that. I think by default it should just be like 0 or something. Actually, though, it might not be. Well, let's see. I might change these ambience things and move them out and put them inside of the regions table. Because I'm pretty sure the main menu is actually technically a region. Actually, it's not, is it? I probably should just make it do that. It would be a little bit easier that way. Yeah, then instead of having to have all these tables in here, it's just something that you can add on to the region table itself. Yeah, these are all things we'll do eventually. All right, we got ambience. Yeah, one of the big things really is just going to be building and drawing all the tile set stuff. It'll take a while. Let's go ahead and turn the music back on now that we're done with audio. All right, turn my headphones down now. Back to arcs. So yeah, just what we did with all the other stuff. We're gonna make a new tile set for all this. You can see our burner ran out already. See, this is gonna be kind of, I think, part of the fun challenge of living and building on arcs is the fact that there's no renewable energy sources here, right? It might be renewable in the form of the fusion reactor. I'll have to figure out exactly like how it all works. But yeah. You're going to be importing hydrogen here anyways, right, for your surge protectors, so it might make sense to bring in hydrogen for fusion reactors as well. Maybe I'll make a crafting recipe where you can merge hydrogen and helium to make a fusion cell or something like that, right? That can only be entered and put into a fusion reactor. Well, it sounds like fusion reactors are probably going to be definitely a thing. So maybe it's time to make a building. I think it's going to be larger than this building. I want the fusion reactors to be very large buildings. Because I don't want it to be a thing where you just spam them all over the place. Like, it's supposed to be like, okay, I can squeeze it in this spot over here in between these two mountains or something. I want it to be a logistical challenge. How big is this building? Let's figure it out. 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. So the regular nuclear reactor is 4x4 tiles. I think we'll do 5x5 for fusion maybe. So that would be this big. Oh, that's 6. So this would be the footprint of it. Probably fine. Oh, can I not activate the light debug? Oh wait, it's like that one. There we go. Hey, Ramos, thank you so much for subscribing. Hold on. Yeah, our overlay is a little broken with that right now, but thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Oh god, why can't I move? Oh, I hit the UI. I was wondering. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Yeah, I guess we'll probably do 5x5. I mean, the space elevator is even bigger than that, actually. It feels a little underwhelming to have a fusion reactor only that big. So maybe we go a little bit larger. Like, we go like that. We could go one more. I think it's going to be a relatively flat building, so I think it's fine if it's pretty big. This will probably be fine. I think it's going to be kind of like the largest building in the game. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's any other building that would be larger than the fusion reactor, but I don't think so. I mean, maybe like the Dyson Swarm launcher, potentially. I don't want to just make it big for the sake of big, so I might make it the same footprint as this. I mean, that's a pretty big building compared to everything else. And I don't want it to be so big that it becomes not worth it anymore. Because like burners, you know, you could fit 9 burners in that footprint. So it's got to be better than 9 burners active. Which it definitely will be, but yeah. I think I'm going to do some power rebalancing with a lot of things. I still think burners are too powerful. Hey, Settlix, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How's it going? What were you up to today on your stream? Yeah, we're just doing some Starground stuff. We are on a new planet right now. We're about to draw a fusion reactor, I think. More door problems. Yeah. Too bad. Losing my mind. I feel it. Welcome in Mars. Yeah, new planet dropped. Yeah, it's gonna be planet's called Arcs. It's gonna have quantum technology here. I think it'll be fun. Yeah, we have to draw all the tiles and stuff. Like, it's very bare bones right now. But some of the things about this planet, it's in eternal darkness. So you have to light everything up. Yo, let's go. Thank you for the treasure train. Is that just a random thing, or does that... Treasure train. Okay. Thank you, guys. I guess one sub pushed it over the edge. But yeah. Eternal darkness, quantum material, so we're gonna be able to build like teleporters and stuff like that. Also, aliens. There's gonna be little alien guys that run at you and attack. So we're finally gonna be able to defend our base with guns. I think it'll be fun though. Yeah. And I think for the way the aliens spawn, it is something I have to think about. But we'll probably have some like nests that spawn in at the edges of the map, and they're unbreakable, so you can't just like cheat and just break them and not deal with them anymore. Eventually, I think the goal building on this kind of planet is like finding the places where the aliens spawn out of and like walling them off and stuff. Yo, let's go. Gifted sub to Satellite, thank you so much for that. Get the confetti going. Much appreciated. It's awesome. Yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think we're gonna draw a fusion reactor. So it's gonna be... Let's see. 6x6 tiles, and we can extend beyond that if we want. So 16 times 6, which is 96. Pretty good sprite size. Now it's time to make a fusion reactor. I need to look at some references. I know the fusion reactors typically have a donut design, right? Like these. There's a specific name for this kind of, oh yeah, tokamak reactor. I don't know why it's called a tokamak, but that's just the name. But yeah, it's a toroid. It seems to be the most promising design of fusion reactor. Oh, it's a Russian word. Okay. There is some pretty exciting fusion reactor developments recently. There's a couple reactors that have now created more energy than was required to start them, which is big. It's 30 years away, always 30 years away. One day we'll have fusion. Pretty epic. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of new ones. It's crazy that we had a fusion reactor in 1960. Man. Anyways. Like the one from Stark Towers? Is there Stark Towers fusion reactor? Is that a thing? Like this? The arc reactor. An arc reactor is just a fusion reactor, right? I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's also a toroid. I think it just makes sense to make it like that. I would like to put some glass in this. I know it doesn't technically make sense, but I want people to be able to see when the fusion reactor is actually on. So. Oh yeah, Mr. Fusion Design. Yeah, yeah. That's definitely kind of also a little bit of a toroid. Cylindrical, at least. It's not a toroid. Yeah, I think we could potentially integrate some elements of that. I think it's actually kind of how the fusion reactor in Factorio is a little bit. Well, they do have this, which is, you know, interesting. But yeah, the portable fusion reactor in Factorio is literally just the Mr. Fusion. But you can see in the actual fusion reactor design, it's got a little bit of that vibe. Yeah. I don't want to literally just steal the design from Factorio, so we're not going to do that. But obviously our design is going to be a toroid. This looks pretty epic. I'm kind of thinking something probably more like this. Like it's going to be not just a donut flat against the ground, but kind of like risen up slightly from the ground, I think. More kind of like this, where it's got like stuff under it, maybe. I'm not 100% sure yet, though. I'll have to think about it. Yeah, we'll just look at some examples in real life. What? Yeah, fusion reactors are crazy. Super cool seeing video of it fusing. It's wild. How do fusion reactors work? I guess they've got like the central. What does this column in the center do? Is it like a magnet? I don't really know. Might just be filler block. Cobblestone. What is this, bro? It's a funny shape. Very interesting. Yeah, how do they work? Well, they fuse stuff and make plasma. Believe it or not, guys, but it works like every other energy source on Earth. Heating up water to spin a turbine. That's all it does. That's what coal, oil, natural gas, it's all the same. It's all just about spinning a turbine. Except solar panels. That's like literally the only one that doesn't spin a turbine. So. Whoa. Interactive. So, vacuum chamber. Yeah, obviously it's going to be a vacuum chamber. Yeah, we'll do a donut. I might potentially render something in Blender, just as kind of an aid to make it look better. But yeah. Just trying to look at any other cool designs in here. Unfortunately, in real life, most of the time they're pretty boring looking. Like, they're just a mass of pipes and stuff. Inside they look really cool, but from the outside, not as interesting. Like, this is kind of cool though, but it's not like a real design. This one is so crazy. It's like a toroid. But they just look like a big cylinder with a bunch of things on the outside. Guys ready to have a good stream? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming in. We'll figure it out. Let's just start messing with designs, I suppose. Okay, how hard is it going to be to do a 96? Pretty hard. We're going to open up Blender. We're just going to be able to get a more accurate building this way. When it gets to sprites around this size or larger, that's when I pull out the Blender, so yeah. All right, let's add a toroid. Or a torus. I guess it's just a regular torus. Just set some more segments here. Good enough. Now, the minor radius, I want to increase that. I don't want the center to be super small or whatever. So yeah, somewhere around like that. Donut. Then in terms of lighting, we'll do what we always do for Starground, which is... First off, let's move the camera to a neutral position. Like boom, and boom. Set it to be orthographic. Then the light in Starground always comes from like the top right. So we want to rotate this. Can't seem to be. I'm not rotating for some reason. Oh, there we go. So rotate it to the left a little bit and then back a little bit. I guess on like a 45 like that. Then if we go into shader view, you can see what that would look like. Let's make the strength quite much less. All right, and then we'll do exported 96. Now, on this, I think we can go a little more top down. So I might go more like 45 on this. Just because it needs to take up the whole footprint. I might even potentially do like, not even do the full frame or whatever. See what I mean? We might make it an oblong size, because right now it's 6 tiles wide, but maybe we do 6 by... Oh my god, game. Yeah, we need to make it do not just rain here. That's something we'll adjust. Oh, I'm getting tired of hearing the lightning. Breaking it. I'm breaking it all. Okay. But we could do like 6 by 5. So then the output height would be 16 times 5. Which... It'll be cutting it pretty close, but I think it would work. We will do the actual sprite as 96 by 96. But yeah. Well, we'll see though, because if I'm gonna up it vertically, I think maybe it would kind of make sense to not do that. We'll see. Then we're gonna have this like foundation on it. Something like that. And it'll have loads of pipes and stuff. But we're just gonna draw those in manually, you know? Would be cool to do like this. I don't know how I'm gonna know which ones are the 45. Oh, actually, it's pretty easy to tell. I wanted to have like some little supports on the corners. I don't know why this is so laggy. It's a little weird. Something like that. And it'll have loads of pipes. Alright. So continuing on. Let's see what we want to do for this. This is just to get the general shape. I mean, like, really, we're not going to worry so much about it. About the little fine details and stuff, right? Why is this so enormously laggy? Mine cycles. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever, let's go back into regular view. So I guess this will have a cylinder in the center just because that's how all of them look. But I'm probably not going to do a tower like how Factorio does it. We'll do like a flattened tower. And maybe it has like some, whatever you call those, supports or whatever extending out from the center. We'll see what I mean. So we can extrude along normals. Like this. And I might do that or possibly also do the other corners too. Like this. Oops, I missed one. Right, kind of like this. Then we can select all these edges and we'll do a bevel of the vertices. Like so. So possibly something like this could work. I might cut out the middle sections, I'm not sure. Because I think it's too many. So just cut these guys out. Whoa. Now we can do it again. Yeah, it's a little better. I don't know what's going to be in the center. I think there's going to be a lot of pipes coming from the center. So, I'm sure that's what we'll put there. But yeah, I mean, that's mostly like it. This is just a foundation for everything, right? And then we're going to add more. The donut machine, yeah. That's what they look like in real life, so. And I'll probably add in some panels and make it look all like cool and metal and stuff, you know. I have some big pipes back there. Might also have like a hole in the center here just to indicate that it's like you can put items into here. We could potentially do some like tanks because you are storing gas in here. Like that's how fusion reactors work. So it would make sense to do that. What am I doing? There we go. Like maybe it just has two over here to the side or something. We'll see. This is, again, I've said it a million times, but it's just a base and we're going to modify. But I like that. I want to give a little bit of asymmetry because I think it always looks better. Anything over here? I think we'll have a pipe leading from the center out to here. But yeah, this is good enough for now. So let's increase that. Go into camera. And we're going to render right about this scale. Right there. Render the image. Let's make it wherever it is. Film, transparent. Copy. So tokamak design, they're similar in a lot of ways, honestly. But yeah, it's like a tokamak. They're both big donuts, though. But the thing with particle accelerators is that they're enormous. Tokamaks are small, right? But yeah, particle accelerators, though, are large. You know, they're the big donuts. They're like this big. Miles. So that's the big difference. These things are wild, though. Yeah, I think they're working on another particle collider, which is crazy. It's going to be enormous. Is it just underground, everything? That's so big. Like bigger than the whole city. Lab accelerators? I don't know. I'm pretty sure most particle accelerators are like this are enormous. I mean, yeah, there might be like tinier ones possibly. I don't know if they actually like work though. I have no idea. As far as I know, particle accelerators are big guys. Because if you want to get them up to speed and actually like, you know, explore the edge of physics, it has to be large enough to build up enough energy before they collide, I think, which is why they have to be so enormous. Because if you have just a really tiny one, I don't think they're large enough to do that. I'm not a theoretical physicist, though, so I don't know. But at least that's what I think. All right, here he is. Actually, I'm gonna re-render this and make it do a couple things here. I'm gonna shade auto smooth on these. Then also I'm going to set the film filter to like 0 That way it doesn't get all smooth. Donuts. Like the laser-based reactors. Laser-based reactor. Oh, like laser fusion energy? Oh, like these ones? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these are cool. I don't know if they're as practical as the donut. It's hard to say. It's neat, though. That guy is wild. I think this is really good for like creating super reliable fusion, but at a very small scale, right? But I don't know if it would be so great for like big power production. I have no idea. No clue. Yeah, we'll go with donut. Donut's the one I think of at least. Okay, so drop this down to the bottom. Let's get to work. So I'm gonna do artistic index colors. Just to kind of simplify everything a little bit. And yeah, now we're just gonna start going through and drawing it. We'll cover this a little in darkness. Oops. Technically, you just need the initial chain reaction. Yeah. It's true. Let's see, I want to do... Actually, I might undo the index color thing that I did, just because then I'm starting to lose data. See, because I need to like see these shapes. Yeah, we'll just start filling it all in. Because I want to show that there is a lip here, right? That should work. That's 5. I'm not going to worry so much about making these like perfect, because I think sometimes it's actually more interesting if it's not perfect. They're just slightly asymmetrical, you know? So I think it'll be fine. It's hard to see where these things start and end. Like, I don't really like how that looks, but it'll do, I guess. I think we'll just do this. Boom. Yeah. Why does that just do everything? Oh, because I'm on a different layer. Okay. Yeah, then for like these, those will be the tanks. I'll probably change the shape of those a little bit. We'll have a big pipe going over everything, so I'm gonna increase the canvas size just a little bit. I think usually around like up to 2 pixels on the edges are fine, right? So like 100. But I wouldn't want to go too much further than that. I'm gonna call this pipes. Now we're gonna draw some pipes. So we'll have this pipe on the edge here. And this pipe will probably be somewhat rounded. Also, imagine it's gonna kind of like go into the donut a little bit, almost like that. Like that. I'll have like a rim at the bottom. Won't be like ultra rounded, but a little bit. I think something like that. Then over here it'll be the inverse. Let's see, keep building it down. Oops. Something like that. By the way, an idea, adding a noise shader for the ring part to make it look like spinning plasma. That'd be pretty cool, yeah. Yeah, definitely I'll probably be doing that with a shader because I don't want to have to animate that manually. It would be too hard. Alright, so again, we're going to have a little bit of a... Let's change our colors to be accurate. Oops, forgot that's on the layer. Hide the pipes for a second. Yeah, we'll definitely go through and change the colors and stuff on all this. I just want to get the basics set up. So yeah, let's just try and keep this consistent. Let's go one more. Kind of like that. I think that'll work. Should be fine. Then we have the darker gray. Like so. And then this will have pretty dark gray on the side here. Yeah, I want to make sure it looks like it is actually a donut, so... Man, you never think about it, but the gray in Starground is really blue. I only really notice it now that I've been doing all the alert in stuff, you know? And let's make sure that these are approximately the same like distance away. So if I measure this from the edge of the sprite, it's 38 pixels there, and here it is also 38 epic. Yeah, this sprite will definitely take a while just because it's so big, but it'll be fine. Okay, so now we keep going. But it'll look really epic, I think, once it's done. Is that the bottom there? Yes, it is. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and then 1. So this one should be 1. That goes up. Like that. Supposedly, yeah. And we'll do a slightly darker color here. That was right there. And again on the side over here. So it'll be pretty dark. And this one's actually a little different here. It's the same there. Oh, this one has like that. There we go. It's coming along. It's gonna take a while. Oops. Now, for the color of the actual donut, I'm not 100% sure. I think I'll probably do the plasma inside will probably be kind of a ominous looking red color, since that's apparently the color of like helium when it's burning. I think we'll do... We could do purple. You're thinking red? It's like what red would look like. It's not terrible. I imagine these will be metal. I love ominous red color, my favorite. Yeah. Welcome in, Dobbs. I think I can always really easily change the color, but I think I want like the buildings here to have a purple color scheme. So I think that's what we're gonna go with. But we can change that if we feel like it. Now in this, I'm not gonna worry so much about accuracy, but just make it look cool. I'm just gonna kind of shape a little donut thing here. I come in here and clean up a little bit. And then we will draw in like some windows and stuff in here. But I want to do like, make it look shiny. Then in here for the darkness. Let's see, a donut. So if it is like this, it would be casting its shadow on the right side. So I'm actually going to change the color of this here, so it's not so dark. Then I can use this. That should work. All right. Continuing on. This should have darkness. Not complete darkness. Let's put a pixel there. Something like that there, maybe. I don't know exactly what's going to be up on top of this thing. But something up here. I don't want it to just be flat here. I think that'd be a little boring. We'll figure that out. Oops. Let's do our little thing here. Let's see, so this one will be the twos. That'll hopefully look about right. And these guys will be the ones. There we go. 3. Actually, this one's a little different because it's got the tanks. That's fine. Nothing I can't handle. Okay. Then these guys are going to descend into the donut. Alrighty. It's coming along. Gotta keep going over everything, and then yeah, I just want to get like the basic colors and stuff like done, and then we'll go through and do all the extra stuff. All the details and whatnot. Okay, like that. Same thing over here. Now, this one over here will be in a lot of darkness. You won't see much, but it's fine. I can't tell where the edge of it is. We can use the others as a guideline. So it goes up 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. Like that. All right. And every time we fill in these sections, we can kind of get another donut segment created. Oh, but I think this is actually... I don't know why the lighting... Oh, it's like the leg. Okay. I figured out what's going on here. Yeah, that'll be there. And this is just like a little extra thing over here. Okay. Let's just keep going along. Might recolor all this to be that. And do this on top here. I think that needs to be extended like that. Yeah. Okay, almost there, guys. Boom. New segment. It's a little wacky. I think we just do this. There we go. All right, it's coming along. So imagine this is going to be, yeah, very dark in the center. That. Kind of more on the bottom now. That. And the lighting on this guy is going to be right on the top mostly. Actually, yeah, the lighting on this will begin to go to the other side. So fix this. It's a little jank. This, I think, needs to just go up more. think it would probably be like up to here. Yeah, like that. Then this should be less thick. No segment. Okay. There we go. We'll put some more shine marks over here. Yeah, we're definitely gonna add like little windows in here and other wires. This is just really the basics, but I just want to get all these sections filled out, and then that's what we'll be doing. Let's work on this guy. And then for this tank, I want this to be a little more like rounded. Okay. Does the top extend out from right there? Sorry if this is boring, guys. But I kind of need to get this done. The image just on Discord? Let me check it out. Interesting. Yeah, it's like a cross section of the inside of it. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's what I mean, how they look. I mean, it's really epic, but like you don't see much of the donut in real life. It gets hidden behind all this infrastructure. But yeah. Pretty epic though. Thank you for the speed. Yeah, I guess there's this like central magnet thing or something. I don't know. The walkways. It's crazy how big this is. Yeah, I want to add in like a bunch of pipes and stuff, you know, all over the top. I think it would just look cool. Let's do that there, I guess. Yeah, that'll probably look best for the other thing. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, just the left side. I think that's pretty much it. We got to do like these down here, but they're pretty easy. So here, let's do some recoloring. All this should be this color. And then do this guy. Let's get to there. Okay. Yeah, we're doing just a little bit of reshaping on some of these to make the vibe a little more consistent. I think that'll be a good thing. Yeah, this is what's really helpful using Blender with pixel art, I think, because sometimes it's really hard to just draw something like this just from nothing, you know? It's like, it is a lot of pixels. So that's where Blender is really helpful, because I can give myself a really good, like, frame of reference, you know? Also, I might curve it kind of like that. I realized. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Now I made it all different. I think the curve could work. But I'll have to do like a little bit of a smoothing right here on this pixel. AKA just put a middle value in there. Like that. Yeah, I think I like how the curve looks a little better. And then over there, it went like this. Boom. Pretty good. Let's fix that. And I think we're good. Yeah, let's do this here. One, two, three. And the long guy. Making machines and stuff makes me want to play Factorio. But I can't. I mustn't. Yeah. It's a curse. It's funny because, I mean, really Factorio, if you think about it, is just like programming. So it's interesting that I prefer to do the fake one instead of the real one, you know? I think it's a testament to just how well designed Factorio is. Let's see, is this at the right height? Yeah, we're good there. Okay, we just got to do the left side, and then we filled in everything. Also, one thing I want to check. Okay, I did that on the inside. Like that. Yes. That in. Okay. Scratch the same part of the brain that being productive does. I know. That's why it's so evil. Because it feels so productive, but it's not, though. You know? It's complicated. I do love me some Factorio. But also, it's great at taking up all my time. Oh, you know. Not ideal. I think if I ever retire one day, I'll probably just spend all my time playing Factorio. Some tech mods already for Hytale? Yeah. Apparently they're working on just like vanilla tech stuff too, so I'm excited to mess around with that eventually. I do think that'll be pretty fun. So first thing I'm doing after finish my project is probably a 100 times science run. Oh man, that would be pretty crazy. I've played a lot on like the expensive recipes and stuff, and even doing like a 4 times multiplier or whatever, but man, that's a big multiplier. 100 times. Yeah. Pretty crazy. All right, guys. We've done it. I finally filled in all the stuff. Only took 1 billion years. But yeah, I'm gonna now kind of go through later. I have to end stream right now, unfortunately. I have a dinner I have to go to. But I think it'll work out here. It looks really basic right now, but there's a lot of things we're gonna be adding. I'm gonna do wires. I'm gonna have like a little port here and panels and windows on the actual donut. So I think with all that stuff added to it, it'll start to kind of get interesting. But yeah, almost reminds me a little bit of like the science lab. I mean, it's not really the same, but just the fact that it's a kind of a dome. Just the footprint of it. I mean, it's really not the same building at all. But yeah. Don't forget the spinny thingy. What spinny thingy? Is there a thing that spins? I may have to look at videos. Yeah, I mean, there's the stuff that goes around in the center. What thing spins? Is there like a thing on top or something that rotates around, or? Oh, you mean just the plasma spinning? Yeah. We're gonna put in some windows in here like that. And one over here so you can see the plasma inside moving around. I think that's gonna be the play. And I guess I'll just leave the window out over here because there's a pipe in the way. But yeah, I think this will be cool. I'm excited to work on all these new buildings. It is my favorite part of working on Starground is the automation and not the dungeoning, so yeah. No, yeah, they're perfect. No need to change anything, totally. But anyways, gamers, that's gonna be it for today's stream. Thank you for coming in. We'll be live again. Oh god. Quiet. Silence. We'll be live again tomorrow at 3:30 MDT. Either more Starground or Lured In, perhaps. Because I do really want to get started on the public play testing for Lured In. That's gonna be nice. Thank you for the stream. Yeah, thank you for coming in to the stream. I appreciate it. Speaking of Factorio, why don't we raid Scary Pastry, who is playing Factorio? Let's see what's going on over there. I do feel the itch. The itch to play Factorio, you know? I'm eyeing up some space exploration. I don't know. Alright, anyways. I'll try. I know, I can't bend to the evil Factorio. Anyways. But thank you gamers for coming in. Feel free to wishlist Lured In and buy Starground on Steam. Yeah, hopefully we'll get 0.16 ready soon. I don't have a set date on 0.16 just because I really want to spend my time on this final automation planet and like doing a big rebalance of all automation stuff. So we're going to be taking our time. It might even be another couple of months until this update is done. I just don't want to rush things. But anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.